I gotta capture this right now before I lose the emotion. I just went to a meetup downtown Louisville, Kentucky, 4th Street Live. In between the Equip Expo, a bunch of lawn and landscape guys will meet up to have meetups, and they'll hang out, eat dinner, and talk business, success, and everything. And I had an epiphany, man. I got goosebumps. You can be in. I'm talking to you. I'm driving, so I'm gonna look at the road. You can be in front of somebody at an event anywhere, and somebody else can be spitting mad knowledge to you, speaking into your spirit. But if you're blind and you're deaf and you're not in a receptive state, and you're stuck in your head and in your ego and you're being immature, you won't even, it'll just go right over your head, and you won't be able to receive it. Receiving knowledge and wisdom. Listen, I was standing with a group of guys in a circle, so proud. There's a 17-year-old young man that brought himself to the expo, started his lawn and landscape business, and is standing in a room of full-blown men, like absorbing knowledge and wisdom. I'm like, bro, when I was your age, what was I doing? Playing video games, playing basketball? Do you understand? And I brought in the circle tighter. I said, I want everybody to hear this. He's asking me questions and asking us questions, like, how do I become successful and all this stuff? And he's already successful. But like what I said to him, I said, not that what I said was the best thing, but I was like, listen, man, there's some 27-year-old grown-ass men who still see themselves as a kid in their consciousness, and they're kind of stuck in the middle. They don't understand, am I a man? Am I a kid? Why do I feel like a kid? So they act like a kid, and they're literally a 27-year-old kid. If you, even at 17, can perceive and see yourself in your consciousness as a grown-ass man, and I like flex my fist, and if you can see yourself as a grown man, your growth and development will go so much farther. You won't waste so much time. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a kid or being a teenager, and all this stuff is super healthy for your growth and development. But if you're freaking in your mid-20s, still thinking when I was like 26 when my mom died of a drug overdose. And even though I was very mature and a workaholic, and I had my own place at the age of 17 years old, and I was working 3 jobs from the age of 14, total workaholic, there was part of my psychology that still was like a kid. Even when I started my business, I had clients walking on me and like taking advantage of me, or just like, and because I was acting like a scared kid. And then one day I was like, wait a second. I don't know exactly what changed it, but I hope this video will help you. If you're on the podcast, the Untrapped podcast, listen to that as well. We just crossed 500,000 downloads. But I want you to listen to what I'm saying. I put out a video a few years ago. I never told anybody. It was at a funeral. And I kind of snuck off to decompress. And I took a phone out because I was in a vulnerable state. And I made this video talking about, do you take yourself seriously? When you take yourself seriously, the moment you decide to take yourself seriously, you take yourself seriously when you're talking. When you speak, you mean what you say. You speak from your heart and with integrity. Your actions line up with your words, and people can feel it. The minute you take yourself seriously, other people will instantly start taking you more serious. They'll start taking you more serious. And you might be afraid of that. When was the first time someone else actually took you serious when you were talking? Have you ever been talking and someone else was looking in your eyes, actually taking you serious? How about this? What if people have been taking you serious, but because you don't take yourself seriously and you're afraid to do that, it goes right over your head that they're actually listening to you and taking you serious. There's all these different things in mental models that you can play with, and they're very powerful. So, but if you want to speed up the process, I hope I can say that, like, oh yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Max Lawn and Landscaping. Look him up on YouTube. I don't normally like do this, but as soon as I met this dude, I knew he was my friend. He's up and coming. He hosted the meetup that we were just at, Mac Landscaping. I put his link below. And the guy's motivated. He's on the come up. He's gonna do big things. I already know it. And he's got a lot of knowledge and wisdom and advice to share. And his intentionality when he speaks is very aligned. So, all right, I'm bringing a carry out to my wife and dogs, and I'm about to stop taping here. I want to talk a little more. I did this meetup at the X Mark booth because I'm in downtown Louisville, Kentucky right now. Equip Exposition every year. There was a time when my YouTube channel, I'm obsessed with making. I've made 2,500, 2,600 videos on this channel alone. And when I finally hit 10,000 subscribers, it was huge. I rented a plane. There was a pilot, and there's this trick plane. I went in a plane. I wore tuxedos, yay! And then 50,000. The big dream was always to hit 100,000 subscribers, and now we've crossed like 60 million views online. And but there was a part of me that wanted to prove to myself and to other people that I was worthy. Now, I love making videos. I would do it for free because now I make money on YouTube and I have brand deals, sponsorships or whatever, and I sell books and stuff like that. And I make pretty good money online now. But in my position, how can I say this, man? I've been at the expo before, and there's been times where I've had a crowd of people that just wanted to come up and say hello to me and tell me that my videos have impacted them in a certain way. And I've had tears in my eyes. I've hugged people. I've talked to guys who said that they were hooked on drugs, and something about a video that I helped them start their business, and they got off drugs, and now they got a house, they're married. I've had people tell me that videos I've made have literally helped them start their business. Like, my video was the catalyst, the breakthrough, a video I made, and I don't even know how to accept that, but I feel so gracious, I feel so humble. I just want to acknowledge and say that that's so important to me, and that's exactly why I make these videos, because of those breakthrough moments, and coming to live events and seeing that in person is amazing. But watching some of these other guys come up on YouTube, it's amazing. I feel like I'm not relaxing. I'm actually turning this thing up to a whole new notch, but I feel amazed that other guys are coming online and making YouTube channels and telling their stories. I just talked to another guy, and his YouTube channel, 2,000 subscribers. He was gonna literally end his own life because a bunch of bad stuff happened all at once, and then he decided not to, and he got his whole act together and built his business. And he can't even relate. He can't even believe that he was thinking about ending his own life because his life is in a beautiful place now. I'm like, bro, you need to make that video and talk about that. He's like, I already did. I'm like, well, you need to make the video again and tell that story again and again and again, because you don't know how many people's lives you could change or what you can prevent. So what I'm going to say right now, if you have a message you want to share with the world or in the green industry in our community, take out your phone. You don't need an expensive camera. I've got expensive cameras and nobody cares like what the video looks like. It's all about the message. Open up your heart and share that message, and keep doing it, and find a way to do it, because someone's going to watch your video and it's going to save a life. And then you'll be at a live event one day, and I want you to experience what I've been able to experience. Is you go home and you just cry, or you walk around all day feeling like you're crying. You know that feeling like you're going to cry? Imagine carrying that feeling around for hours and hours because somebody told you that you made a video that literally saved their life. That is more important than money. It's way more powerful than anything. You can't put a price on it. It's unlimited. All right, I'm out of here.